Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. My name is Stacy and this is Astro. If you are new here, we do all sorts of dog content, whether it be dog training, service dog training, or just going on adventures with Astro. In today's video, I wanted to talk about why I have a service dog. A lot of you have been asking in the comments, what kind of disability do you have? Why do you need a service dog? I know you are not coming from a rude place. I know you're coming from a curious place. I wanted to come on here and talk to you about why I need a service dog. Thank you all so much for subscribing. We hit 3,000 subscribers, which is just so amazing to think about. I've been doing this for a little bit over a year now and we are steadily growing, and I can't wait to see where we are next year. So I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing, thank you for joining our family, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And also, just a reminder, I do want to come out with a Q&A sometime in November, but I do need questions in order to film the Q&A. So if you have any questions, please comment your question in the comment section. And this is a touchy, difficult subject to talk about. I wanted to share and be transparent with you all because it's important for you to really get to know who I am, and I really want to get to know who you all are. So I really appreciate it when you share your story in the comment section. I'm trying my best to get back to every single one of you, but now that our channel is growing, I get lots of comments and it gets a little overwhelming to respond to all of them, but I promise I will get to your comment. I'm not ignoring you. For as long as I could remember, I struggled with anxiety and panic attacks. My panic attacks stem from the constant anxiety that I experience on a day-to-day basis. I'll occasionally have episodes where I will start crying and my heart rate will alarmingly increase, even when I'm sitting down or laying down. But these episodes have definitely calmed down a lot more since John came into my life and I started college and Astro coming into my life. My Apple Watch will alert me saying that my heart rate is super high. I think the original setting for that is 120 beats per minute. When my heart rate gets too high, sometimes I feel a little bit dizzy. And so it's really important for me to not be standing. I need to be sitting or laying down so that I don't faint and hurt myself. I have not been officially diagnosed with anything, but I definitely do have some heart rate issues. My resting heart rate would be 70, 80 beats per minute, and then out of nowhere it will jump up to like 135 beats per minute, which is definitely not normal. It's definitely not okay for my body to be doing that. A lot of my friends at church who are PAs and nurses, they've recommended that I should get an EKG done to test, my heart rate levels. When looking up these symptoms, a lot of things like POTS come up. Let me look up POTS for you. I am definitely going to be butchering this name. I'm looking at my computer right now. POTS stands for Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia Syndrome. Again, I have not been diagnosed. I'm not diagnosing myself for POTS, but my symptoms fit POTS the best. Here are some of the symptoms that I'm seeing. Dizziness or lightheadedness, especially when standing up. So yes, I get dizzy and lightheaded at times. Forgetfulness and trouble focusing, brain fog. Shakiness and excessive sweating. If you've been a long time viewer on this channel, you know that I excessively sweat. It was something that I was very embarrassed about growing up, but I'm becoming less embarrassed of it because, everyone sweats, but I just excessively sweat. It just kind of runs in the family. My dad excessively sweats, my brother excessively sweats, and then I excessively sweat. My body does shake. My legs will just out of nowhere start shaking like crazy and I can't stop it. Lots of bloating, feeling nervous or anxious, which is yes. All of this information is coming from Cleveland Clinic. Autonomic autonomic. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Your body's autonomic nervous system balances your heart rate and blood pressure to keep your blood flowing at a healthy pace no matter what position your body is in. If you have POTS, your body can't coordinate the balancing act of blood vessel constriction and heart rate response. This means that your body can't keep your blood pressure steady and stable, and this can cause a variety of symptoms. Each case of POTS is different. One day I will get this checked out. I am aware of the issues and the symptoms that I am experiencing, so I'm trying to work my life around that. Eventually, I promise I will. I know, John, I'm so sorry. I know this stuff stresses you out because I know you love me, but I'm sorry. But yeah, these are the symptoms that I experience. So that is the main reason why I have Astro as my service dog. His temperament is amazing. He is very trainable, but then also because he's an Australian Shepherd, he can be very vocal at times and really express his frustration with me, especially when we are using high reward foods to train. And that's just something that I'm gonna have to work around. No. No. I've had Astro since August of 2021. We got Astro as an 8-week-old puppy from a reputable breeder back in Utah. We've had him flown over to us, and I'm very thankful for our breeder because I do contact them sometimes with certain information, and they are really quick to answering my questions. They are completely okay with me sharing who they are. A screenshot of their Instagram right here. They are Saltaire Australian Shepherds, and they are here to better the breed. I've been training Astro to be my service dog since he was about 8 months old. We work on a lot of public access skills and certain tasks. Here are the tasks that Astro currently knows, and then I want to talk about the tasks that I eventually want to train Astro within the next year or so. Here are the tasks that Astro already knows. Complete deep pressure therapy. Deep pressure therapy can be beneficial for anyone, especially for those who suffer from anxiety, depression, panic attacks, ADHD, etc. According to Stephen Light, a certified sleep science coach, the gentle pressure activates touch receptors, producing a calming effect by boosting serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. Training Astro to apply 50 pounds of pressure has honestly done wonders for me. My heart rate decreases and definitely feel much better and happier after only 10 minutes of pressure. He alerts and disrupts any anxiety behaviors that I display, such as leg shaking. As you can hear, Astro vocally displays his frustration. I think he's saying, "Hey, I alerted you. Where is my reward? Where is my chicken?" No. This can be extremely frustrating at times, but my only choice is to be patient and rework through our struggles. One thing I noticed while working with Astro is that when I use too high of a reward, such as boiled chicken thighs and boiled ground beef, is that he gets super excited to eat his reward. He'll also start to display behaviors such as whining, barking, screaming. I don't want him to display those behaviors when he's trying to interrupt my leg shaking. So I guess I'm gonna have to use something significantly less value to build that up so that he doesn't bark and whine. I have my ring light on, and you can see that in the reflection of my glasses. It is just too dark in this apartment. We don't get enough sun in this apartment, so I have no choice, so please ignore the rings on my face. I'm going to give the leg shaking alert another go. Hopefully we can overcome this issue that we're experiencing. If you have any tips, please let me know. After a much needed 10-minute break, we worked on alerting my leg shaking without being vocal. I had to start from step 1 and reward as soon as he boops my leg without whining. It's a work in progress for sure. I'm not even shaking my leg. I trained him the command behind. He will stand behind me and block me so that, you know, no one can really approach us. But Astro is so freaking cute. People approach us all the time, which causes my heart rate to go up. It doesn't really work well. And then I get super nervous. I get super anxious. My Apple Watch is like, hey, your heart rate's over 120 beats per minute. Like, you gotta do something about it. Been really working on trying to stop people from having long conversations with us. Even though I would love to educate them on what I'm doing with Astro, it's just, it doesn't work out for me. He knows the command under, so if we are in a public space and I need to tuck him in, he'll just go under my legs and he'll be safe. No one can touch him. And he's a little hidden, so less people will want to talk to us. And the last is settling. We are still practicing this. If you want to check out my most recent video I posted last week about teaching Astro the rules of our new settle mat, please watch that video. After you watch this video, I'll have it linked in the description box. Here are the tasks that I want to teach Astro, that future Astro will know. I would love for all of you to join me on my journey on training Astro these tasks. First one is to bark on command. I think this is super important. If it's just me and Astro out in public and I can sense that I'm in danger, I want Astro to bark to scare off whoever's trying to hurt me. I've never encountered that in my life before, and the world is a very scary place. I just need Astro to be there to protect me because I am a 5'1" girl. Even though I go to the gym and I work out, there are massive people out there, like 6 foot people out there that can easily, you know, pick me up and take me away, which we don't want. So I definitely want Astro to bark on command. The second one is scent training. Astro is not the best with using his nose. He definitely prefers using his eyes over using his nose. I want to work on improving his scent training. So with the scent training, I want him to detect my heart rate changes. My heart rate will go from resting 70 beats per minute to like 130 out of nowhere, and I want him to be able to detect that and apply deep pressure therapy. Let me know that I need to sit down before anything dangerous happens. From what I've been reading, your saliva smells different at different heart rate levels. For example, my saliva at 70 beats per minute will smell completely different from my saliva at 130 beats per minute. I would just have to collect samples when my heart rate is super high, or I can just do jumping jacks for like 10 minutes and get it to 120 beats per minute. But I don't want to do that. So that is one of the biggest things that I want to train Astro. I know that one is going to take the longest and it's going to be the hardest one to train, but I know that we can do it because Astro is extremely intelligent. I want Astro to interrupt certain behaviors. A couple of things that I notice that I do when I'm experiencing an anxiety or panic attack is that I'll start to pick at my nails like this. Back when I was in school, if I didn't know questions on my exam, I'll just start picking at my nails to the point where my nails would break and they would hurt because it's like going into the pink part of my nail. I also pick at my skin when I'm super nervous, having a very like anxiety ridden day. I pick at my skin. I'll pick at the sides. I'll pick at like this part of my skin, to the point where my skin becomes raw and I have like flesh sticking out. So I really want Astro to interrupt those behaviors, and I unconsciously do these acts and I don't notice until I'm in serious pain. So I want Astro to be there to immediately stop it as soon as I display those behaviors. Another thing is for when I am crying. I don't cry a lot, but I do cry often. Sometimes it just floods out. I want Astro to notice when I'm crying, either through like my action of crying or the scent of my tears. And there are times where I can't stop crying until immense amount of pressure is applied to my body. And I experienced this back when I went to the emergency room 2 times. I was having a panic attack because I genuinely did not know what was happening to my body. Again, if you're curious about why I went to the emergency room, go watch last week's video. I was having panic attacks where I was hyperventilating and I couldn't stop crying, and the only thing that stopped me from crying and having a panic attack is pressure. So Astro did apply about 15 minutes of deep pressure therapy for me, and then John also applied pressure for me, which really helped and helped me calm down, helped my nervous system calm down. That is why I need a service dog. I hope that clears everything up for you all. So the thing that bothers me the most is when I'm out in public and people will ask me, oh, I see that you're in training. Are you training him for someone else? Or when do you plan on giving him away? I'm like, no, Astro is my service dog. I'm training him for myself. And then they'll react like, oh, but you look so normal. You don't look like you have a disability. You just look like a normal person. Disabilities don't have to be a physical disability. A lot of disabilities are invisible. Yeah, I seem normal, but I don't think it's really okay for you to say that I look normal and that I don't necessarily need a service dog. That's why I need Astro. He has definitely made a lot of positive changes in my life, and he's helped me a lot through my anxiety and my panic attacks. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, you are truly the best. Let me know if you did make it this far by letting me know in the comments what your favorite holiday is, because you know the holiday season is coming up and it's time to spread some joy and love. So happy that you made it this far in the video. I genuinely hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye!